Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile character review. In today's episode we are reviewing Slasher Jason. As usual guys, please note the date when this video has been recorded because a lot of things may have changed since then, and if you're not familiar with the matrix I'm using in order to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. So without any further ado, let us put Slasher Jason to the test. Slasher Jason guys was released with update 1.5 on the 29th of October 2015, and he was never actually available in the old store. He was a GOAT exclusive character, and by the way he still is. The only way to get him is through his own pack, which usually appears around Friday the 13th, and of course if you're extremely lucky in quest mode you can get him as a renown reward. However, despite the fact that he is an exclusive gold character, his stats are not that high. So let's get into details. His attack is 44,035, which is the 33rd highest in the game and the 12th highest among the gold characters. The hit points, they are 89,468, the 34th highest in the game and the 15th highest in the gold league. The toughness is 38,291, which is the 27th highest in the game and the 9th highest in the gold league, and the recovery is again 38,291, the 28th highest in MK Mobile and the 11th highest in the gold league, and the power generation unfortunately is just 100%. So for his stats, Slasher Jason is going to get only 16.1 out of 28 possible points. Now, we already established that the stats of Slasher Jason are not really great, however his special attacks, I would say they're much better. For example, in this current case, his special one is very good. It is partially unblockable. I'm saying partially because the first mini hits can be blocked, but we're going to get to that later. In addition, the ability has Bleed as debuff. It can be cast from distance, however the first mini hit will miss, but after all this is not a big deal at all. The special attack is lethal, but only if you manage to finish off the opponent before the minigame. So in a way, even if the enemy is at 1 HP, after the minigame he won't die, but if you finish him before the minigame, that's fine. Moreover, the ability consists of 6 mini attacks and it has the filler as minigame. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the special attack is 14,531, which is the 46th highest overall and 23rd among the gold league. The maximum damage is 29,063, which again ranks 46th in MK Mobile and 24th in the gold league. The special attack can be partially blocked by the opponent, it has Bleed as debuff, it can be cast from distance, it is partially lethal as long as you manage to finish off the enemy before the minigame, it consists of 6 mini attacks and it has the filler as mini game. So for his special one, Slasher Jason is going to get the solid 8.5 out of 13 possible points. Special 2 of Slasher Jason guys is called Bloodlust, and like his special one, again this ability is partially unblockable. I'm telling you partially because actually the first mini hit, which is a hit that Jason performs with his knee, can be blocked by the opponent, but eventually Jason will grab him by the neck and you know what happens afterwards. In addition, the special attack has Bleed as debuff, it can be cast from distance, however again the knee strike will miss and it actually deals quite a lot of damage, so I'm going to deduct some points here. The ability is lethal, it consists of 6 mini attacks and it has the horizontal or vertical swipe as minigame. In terms of damage, the minimum damage of the special attack is 36,329, which is the 41st highest in the game and the 16th highest among the gold characters. So far so good. However, the maximum damage is 54,493, which is, attention, the 71st highest in the game and the 40th highest in the gold league. So really horrible performance when it comes to the maximum damage of the special attack. However, it is a grapple, so we can forgive this. Once again, the special attack can be partially blocked by the opponent, the bigger part of it is still unblockable, it has Bleed as debuff, it can be cast from distance, however the first mini attack will miss, it is lethal, It consists of 6 mini attacks and it has the horizontal vertical swipe as a mini game. So for his special 2, Slasher Jason is going to get 12.2 out of 19 possible points. Everything I had to say about Jason's X-Ray, guys, in this game I already did, but I'm going to repeat myself once again. This special ability is called the Horror, it has Bleed as debuff, and it can be cast from distance. Even if you are at the other side of the screen, Jason will casually walk to his victim and will perform his X-Ray. When it comes to damage, the damage of the ability is 87,188, which is the 52nd highest in the game and the 24th in the GOAT League. It is very disappointing for exclusive GOAT character to have such low damage on his X-Ray, but we shouldn't forget that this Jason is very outdated, so we have to forgive it. Once again, the special attack has Bleed as debuff and it can be cast from distance. So for his X-Ray, Slasher Jason is going to get 3.3 out of 4 possible points, and the total amount of points he gets for his special attacks adds up to 23.9 out of 36 possible. Slasher Jason, guys, is by far not the worst character in MK Mobile in terms of basic attacks. I would say he is quite a good puncher, even though he is not as good as Nightmare Jason. What I mean is, first, the pure speed of his basic attacks is mediocre, nothing special, and his chaining is good but not perfect. What I mean is that, first, he does push opponents back if they're blocking, but only with one of his combos. With the other one, he doesn't do it, and that leaves him vulnerable for counterattack, even though I would say his recovery speed is a little bit higher than average. But in a nutshell, he's okay. I would say that he can do well without any block breaker gear, because his basic attacks are quite good, but he's not really one of the best. So, the final verdict for his basic attacks is going to be 7.7 out of 10 possible points. Now, I'm going to be as short as possible here. Slasher Jason has one of the best passives in the game. In fact, he has better passive than 50% of all diamonds in the game. And I truly believe that. Let's face it, he can survive death twice, and not only that, but he gains a full bar of power in the process. This is not only great for surviving X-rays and heavy special attacks and so on, but also gives you a great opportunity to counter one of the most annoying characters in the game, such as for example Nightmare Jason or Assassin Jade. All you need to do is to die and then unleash your X-ray on them. It is that easy. Probably some of you still remember how incredibly difficult Faction Wars was immediately after update 2.2 rolled out. Well, at least I do, and Slasher Jason was one of the few GOATs who could stand his ground against maxed out diamond teams, mainly thanks to the fact that both of his special attacks are blockable and of course by virtue of his godlike passive. It is just that good, and in fact the only guy who can actually counter it is Shao Kahn. Of course there are other characters who can benefit from it, such as Strikeforce Johnny Cage for example, but I'm talking about really hard counters. So I rest my case here. Slasher Jason is going to get 20 out of 20 points for his passive, no doubts about that. He is just a Netherrealm character, so he gets 1 point for classes and 0 points for tagging attack. Well, you gotta love Slasher Jason, guys. Quite honestly, he's one of the best GOATs in the game, and I will go that far by saying that he's one of the best characters in the game, and he's even safer and better than some of the diamonds, by far. Anyways, he has, unfortunately for him, very bad stats and very low damage on his special attacks. And this is the main reason why he couldn't score that many points. But anyways, I'm going to give him the full amount of my subjective points, 3 out of 3. Let's face it, once again, he's an amazing character with 2 unblockable special attacks, and both of those special attacks can apply damage over time effects. And of course, he has an amazing, godlike, perfect passive. So after all, he definitely deserves to be an exclusive GOAT. If they only could buff his attack a little bit, he'll be definitely unstoppable. So with my 3 subjective points, Slasher Jason is going to score 71.8, and we can label him as a great character. On the current standings, he ranks 19th, just above Strikeforce Johnny Cage or Undead Hunter Johnny Cage, and just below Treacherous Tanya. So once again, Slasher Jason, final verdict is great character. Slasher Jason, guys, is one of the best and one of the safest openers in MK Mobile. So if you are trying to build a team with Slasher Jason, in 99.9% of the cases you have to use him as an opener. He has just incredible synergy with the Devastator, with his own hockey mask, and to be honest, any other item will be still fine. When it comes to his hardest matches, I would say that he suffers against Shao Kahn, because if he gets below 40% hit points, Shao Kahn can insta-kill him and Jason cannot take advantage of his own passive. Also, there are characters who benefit from his resurrection, such as, for example, Strikeforce Scorpion, because he gets 1 bar of power every time Jason resurrects. Also, Pharaon Ermac or Bone Shaper Shinnok, they can both take advantage of the resurrection of Jason. And of course, a very difficult matchup, guys, is Hellspawn Scorpion, because let's face it, Jason has low stats and attack already, and if faced against Scorpion, at some points you'll be asking yourselves whether this guy is doing any damage whatsoever. Trust me, it is a very, very difficult opponent. And of course, he can be both good and bad against MK11 Jade and Assassin Jade. It really depends on how you play with him. In general cases, I would say that he is very good against Assassin Jade and Nightmare Jason, because he can get to X-Ray very easy and finish them off. And when it comes to the items, I'm playing Jason in 99.9% of the cases as an opener, so I always give him Devastator, Synthos Ring as an accessory, as an armor, of course, his hockey mask. He becomes just a beast with this item set. And we already mentioned he doesn't really need Block Breaker, and you have the Devastator to boost your special 1 damage, and on top of that your special 1 already has Bleed, so it is all fine. Okay guys, we got to the teams, and right off the bat I'm going to review my absolute favorite team with Slasher Jason. This is Slasher Jason, Vampirus Melina and Classic Scorpion. This team is just a pure gem. I love it. In my opinion, this is the best GOAT team in MK Mobile, apart from, of course, the GOAT MK11 team, which is almost as good as this one. However, the only reason why I'm not playing it a lot recently is because those 3 guys, they're not really the fastest killers, and I prefer to use faster teams. But if you want to use a safe team, a team that will almost never lose, then this is your team. And of course, you can put Slasher Jason in almost any team because of his passive. He's a very versatile character. For example, you can go full troll mode and use him in a team with Spec Ops or Strikeforce Scorpion and a Warlock Quan Chi, and this team will be perfectly very good for him. And I don't know, any other team for Jason will be good, but I usually want to use him with Vampirus Melina because of her passive, and those 2 guys really work well together. Okay guys, Slasher Jason, what do you think of him? Do you like him? Do you dislike him? Please let me know in the comments. Once again, he scored 71.8 and we labeled him as a great character. As usual guys, if you want to see more reviews, you can find the playlist on the top right corner of the screen, and if you want to know which is the next on-demand review, you can find the list in the description of this video. See you next time guys. Take care.
perfect.